In 2001, José felt sick and found out that he had schistosomiasis, also known as snail fever. The parasite lives inside the blood vessels of the intestines and the liver. During the chronic phase, diarrhea becomes more constant, and there might be blood in the stools.
There was a barbecue, so I ate. I drank some soda and it was fatal. I had a hemorrhage and that's how it began.
And this parasite caused a lot of internal damage. It damaged his liver and the blood vessels in the esophagus as they dilate, burst, and bleed. Then a hemorrhage occurs.
Because of her husband's sickness, Cicera didn't have any time to take care of the family business. But the Lord is an ever-present help.
Then I let the market go bankrupt. It went totally under. Then a sister came and I asked her, "Sister, where are you going?" "To the Grace of God Church," and I had a desire to go. I had watched Dr. Soares on the Faith Show. Then I asked her, "How does it work?" I had never been in an evangelical church. She began telling me about the services. Then I felt a desire to go. When I got there, I cried the entire service. Then I invited my husband. We went together on Sunday.
In 2004, they were baptized and became faithful in every area.
Then we started to return our tithes, give offerings, and the first fruits. We made a vow that every first sale we made would be set apart for God's work.
Then I heard about the sponsorship program and I thought to myself, sponsor? I didn't understand it. I mean, sponsoring. So I ignored it. Once again, then I said, okay, Lord, then I will sponsor, right? But what was I going to sponsor? Then it came to my heart, you. My heart had already begun to understand what sponsoring meant, right? So I sponsored in favor of our store.
Things began to improve. We began to prosper.
In 2016, I got very sick. I had a serious hemorrhage. We weren't able to stop the bleeding, so I ended up in the ICU.
We were all praying and praising God and asking God to restore his health. The doctors came and said, the bleeding's in the stomach, however. Several blood vessels are bleeding at the same time. It's not just one place that's bleeding, so that we go there and cauterize it. So this is impossible. Both kidneys stopped. He had water in his lungs, blood in his lungs. He was swollen. He was unrecognizable.
We asked the doctor, and she said, if you know how to pray to God, whatever it is, do it, because everything we could do for him, we've already done.
There was a passage I remember well as I was coming out of a coma when the Lord said to Lazarus, right? Lazarus, come forth. These words were engraved in my heart. And the same thing happened to me, you know. Jesus said the same thing to me. José, come forth. And I am here to honor and glorify the name of Jesus.
My father's 2 kidneys both began working again. The water that was in his lungs for the honor and glory of the Lord was no longer present.
After 43 days, he had come back home, and the Lord heard my cry and brought him back to me. And here he is.
The endoscopy showed that my father's stomach was totally healed. He was healed for the honor and glory of God.
I lift heavy objects. I drive.
After the healing, the Fajedas family bought another business.
We bought a bakery, and I said, you know what? I'm going to sponsor the bakery. And from then on, I started sponsoring everything the Lord puts in our hands. I will sponsor everything.
And there we offered takeout. We serve lunch.
Some clients come to us and say, I don't get it. Well, because so and so start a business, but they go under. Another fellow did the same thing, and you're crowded all the time. How do you do it? I said, because it's not mine. It's God's. And the door God opens, no one can close it. And thanks be to God, I'm here, steady and strong.